So, former Vice President Joe Biden has officially jumped in the 2016 race for the Democratic nomination. Now, he recently made this announcement early Thursday in a video which partly attacked Donald Trump. Now, that led Trump, of course, to attack him with a tweet. He said, "Welcome to the race, Sleepy Joe. I only hope that you have the intelligence long in doubt to wage a successful primary campaign." Isn't it hilarious and sort of ironic that here you have the President of the United States, a known dummy, attacking someone else's intelligence? Hilarious. Now, the president also warned that Biden had warned Biden that the race would be very nasty, shocker, and that he would be forced to confront people who have some very truly sick and demented ideas. Now, he's referring, of course, to other people who are running in the race next to Biden. Demented ideas. What kind of demented ideas? Healthcare for everybody. College kids not being forced to take out massive debt in order to finance their education to get a job. No, to even get a chance at getting a good job. That is sick. It's demented. Right. He continues. But if you make it, I will see you at the starting gate. Spoiler alert. He's not going to make it. Why? It's because he is the Hillary Clinton of 2020. Now, let me show you why. So first, I want to get into his campaign video, or his announcement video, which I think is going to set the stage for the rest of the video. So let's take a look.
But if we give Donald Trump 8 years in the White House, he will forever and fundamentally alter the character of this nation, who we are, and I cannot stand by and watch that happen. The core values of this nation, our standing in the world, our very democracy, everything that has made America America is at stake. That's why today I'm announcing my candidacy for President of the United States. Folks, America's an idea that's stronger than any army, bigger than any ocean, more powerful than any dictator or tyrant. It gives hope to the most desperate people on earth. It guarantees that everyone is treated with dignity and gives hate no safe harbor. It instills in every person in this country the belief that no matter where you start in life, there's nothing you can't achieve if you work at it. That's what we believe. And above all else, that's what's at stake in this election.
Okay. So look, the whole announcement video is like 4 minutes long. I wanted to show you where he actually talked about, American values. We lead with our values. Of course. Look, it's an announcement video. It's not necessarily going to be heavy on policy. I understand that. But again, the tone here is basically, it's going to be Hillary-esque. Trump bad, us not as bad. We're not going to really focus on us because of how bad Trump is. So again, what they're going to do is they're going to take basically the playbook of Hillary Clinton in 2016 and use it to attack Trump today. Trump is a bad person. He's a uniquely bad person, by the way. And that's, again, the tone, right? It also implies that America was actually doing pretty good until Donald Trump came and messed everything up with his terrible values, right? And that it really kind of sets the stage of him saying that Trump is an aberration and, not a product of the system that has been screwing regular people out of, pretty much everything for the last 30, 40 years. So that is, of course, the exact approach that Hillary Clinton and the establishment staked out in 2016. And, of course, it didn't work. Trump bad, America great. We don't need massive change. The status quo was awesome. Let's get back to that. Joe Biden is Hillary 2.0. And look, he's got a record like Hillary Clinton, too. In fact, let me give you some of the things that Biden has supported that were not so good in his many decades in office or in power. For one, NAFTA. Okay, the North American Free Trade Agreement. Not so good. Fast Track Authority for TPP. Permanent normal trade relations with China. Weakening Glass-Steagall. And eventually eliminating Patriot Act. The war in Iraq. He literally wrote the 1994 crime bill, which disproportionately, of course, hurt African American and Latino communities. He supports death penalty, or had. Voted for the Defense of Marriage Act back when it was, I guess, popular. Made it more difficult to eliminate student loan debt, and of course was always in favor of bank deregulation. Add in that he doesn't support single payer or the legalization of marijuana, despite the fact that his good friend Barack Obama had actually smoked it back in college and had no negative effects. Those positions are not good. In fact, they are going to haunt him in this primary election. Why? It's because there are people running, there's 20 people running now, and they have staked out some very progressive positions. You have Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, the most progressive of them all, and then Kamala Harris even signing on for things like Medicare for All. Things that, of course, Joe Biden is not in favor of. And look, he's also going to have a very difficult time in the era of Me Too due to his treatment of Anita Hill. In fact, a recent report out here from the Washington Post said that he had reached out to Anita Hill and said, "Oh, man, I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry I treated you like that." Anita Hill's response, "You're going to have to do better, Joe." Awesome. Savage. Love it. Now, one of the other negative marks in his campaign, of course, is that he's going to take big corporate money, big corporate donor money. Now, look, he's pledged, I'm not going to take any lobbyist money, but there's ways of getting around that are fairly easy. So, in fact, he's already going to a fundraiser headed by executives from Comcast. Now, that would explain why he's pretty waffly on net neutrality. So now here's my prediction. And, you can take it for what it is. Joe Biden, I think he will start out strong with fundraising and start out strong with polling. And then a couple weeks go by, maybe a month or two, maybe the first primary, primary or caucus, he's going to drop like a stone. Maybe he's going to go to third, maybe fourth. Maybe he's going to go around Robert Francis O'Rourke or Pete Buttigieg, or maybe even Pete Buttigieg will top him. Or pass him at some point for third or fourth, right? And the reasons that I see Biden going down is basically that's what he's always done, historically. He starts out fairly strong, but then he flames out because he's a proven gaffe machine. And because of his policies, he's basically a right-winger. And in this election where people are actually looking for a progressive, he's not going to fare well. His record always catches up with him. And you can't run away from that record. So I think what he's going to end up doing is splitting the centrist vote. Now, the centrist vote involves people like, for example, who saw 2008 through 2016 as some sort of golden period, right? Where everything was going fantastic. But he's not going to get young people. He's not going to get millennials, and definitely not progressives, who not only want to beat Trump, but are actually hungry for real change. Change that Joe Biden does not represent. Now, that is my prediction. He's not going to do well overall and will eventually drop out from the race. But we'll see if I'm right. We'll see if, I haven't been great on predictions. I'll be honest with you guys. However, I think I'm fairly certain about this one. So we'll see what happens. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.